Now we are. There we are. Okay. So, why are you not working right? Oh boy. Um. Okay. Uh. Oh, that. Okay. Alrighty. So, unfortunately, I don't know if we're switching sessions or not, but we are starting with the Heat 1 here this evening in this race. I'm still trying to figure out if we're rolling with the way it is or if we are switching to another session here. I haven't got word yet. Uh, Word from race control is we're going to roll with it. So, um, starting, I am your host, Adam Figure here on the pole. So just bear with me here as I get the bearings right. As this just kind of went off a little quicker than what I'm used to. So there is your track information for this evening. 76 degrees outside, 40% humidity, partly cloudy with 6-mile-per-hour winds. Track temperature looks to be about 112 degrees if I'm reading correctly. Can never count on that with my eyesight. So Heat 1 is underway. We got out front. We're running a little bit different format here this evening. Bear with me while it looks like Ian Ogden out front, followed by Dave there in second. Hopefully I'm showing everybody's screens correctly. I'm not sure if I am or not. Dave Stinson up to the high side, going around Ogden. Ogden drops to the inside. Looks like he hit pit road early. Oh, lose from race control. It is a right flag jump from the start. Dave Stinson there out front now. Randy Schweitzer in second. Chris Edwards third. Joseph Atchison there in fourth. Maybe race control can answer me this question. Michael, do you know what? If I'm showing the correct temperature on screen, is there 2 Haviland trucks on track tonight?
I am not 100% sure. Uh, I didn't get enough time to look through the field, and I'm actually racing tonight, having some fun with these guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were out on track with these guys. They're in that number 13 machine. Painted up by Clear Farm Paint Shop, I do believe. Getting a little loose there through the corner. It looks like Dave's running a throwback to a Davey Allison scheme, almost. With the rounded number 28 numbers. And then we also have the 88 of Joseph Atchison, also running a Haviland scheme. Texaco Haviland. Dave Stinson still out front. Let me get a ticker up here so we kind of know where everybody is. Sorry, I didn't get that up before. So 3 laps to go here in Heat 1. I think I heard him say that they're going to roll with it, so we were unfortunately hoping to have some more trucks here, but do not. Randy Schweitzer in that 78 Tonka machine. Chris Edwards in the 31. Joseph Atchison in the 88. Paul Beatle there in the 5th position, running the 420. Then we got Michael Newton there in 6th, our race controller. Looks like he might have found the outside wall a little bit. Okay, and Ogden back here in 7th with the leaders barreling down on him. See if he can keep his position up front or not. Wonder what wall he scraped up. As I see some left side damage there on the number 24. Final lap. One more time around for the 28 of Stinson. 78 up to the inside. Does not have the move there over 31 is trying to find a move. He goes clear up high. 78 goes up. 28 goes to block. Opens the door up. 78 is going to win in heat 2. I actually think Stinson, with finding that wall, ends up coming home 3rd. So your finishing results are heat 1. Once I get them up here, we'll take a look at them. But from what I'm looking at, it's Schweitzer in 1st, Edwards 2nd, Stinson there in 3rd, Joseph Atchison 4th, Paul Viatel in 5th, Michael Newton 6th, Ian Ogden 7th. So, trying to see here, Heat 1 results. There are your Heat 1 results. Andy Schweitzer 1st, Chris Edwards 2nd, Dave Stinson there in 3rd, Joseph Atchison 4th, Paul Viatel in 5th, Michael Newton 6th, Ian Ogden 7th, and Jonathan Herbert there in 8th. So now we are getting ready here. This looks to be our race grid for the evening, if I'm thinking correctly. So we're looking at our race grid here. Randy Schweitzer will start pole, Chris Edwards 2nd, Dave Stinson will start 3rd, Joseph Atchison 4th, Paul Viatel in 5th, 6th is going to be Michael Newton, 7th Ian Ogden, and 8th will be Jonathan Herbert. Not sure. Is this the main heat there, Newton?
Yes, this is.
Alrighty, so this is the main heat. How many laps we got? Are we to look forward to?
50 laps.
50 laps around Charlotte Motor Speedway here this evening. It looks like my trading paints is up and running correctly, so there are 2 Haviland trucks in the field. One being driven by Stinson and the other being driven by Joseph Atchison. And they're both to the outside. I'd like to see if we can zoom in on that 28 of we can zoom in on the 28. I gotta see here if I can get the cameras right. So sorry about this if you see this on screen. This usually is taken care of before everybody gets in here, but unfortunately was not the case tonight. We are just kind of rolling with it tonight. So here we are. There we go. Now we got some good cameras. As we're hitting the start, not sure what happened there. Whoa, what the heck happened there on that start? As Newton is out early with a blown motor. Let's take another look at this green flag here. As we get rolling here this evening, not sure exactly what happened. Everybody gets rolling. The 78 is up now. This one gets a hard right. And takes out the 13 of Newton. So not exactly sure, but it looks like we stayed green.
All right, so talking with the league owner, we're gonna actually set up a new session. I guess Dave didn't know he could like set up practice lengths and everything. So I'm gonna set up a new session for him and see if we could restart everything, get some more people in.
Alrighty, so there you heard it from the race controller himself, speaking on behalf of the league owner. We're going to end up switching sessions here, so please give us a few minutes while we switch over. All right, while we're waiting here, we're going to go ahead and flip over to one of our advertisements, and this one's going to be for the Lion Service 20. This is the Lion Service 22-23 service video, so please enjoy.
I was actually born in Bird Island, Minnesota. Born and raised, and still live there now. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody watches out for you. Great place to raise kids.
We have 4 children and 3 grandchildren.
Pretty much any challenge that any one of us face, we knew we were never in it alone.
We try to create family traditions, and it brings us very close together.
Growing up, I always thought having llamas was normal. So I learned later on that it's not normal to have llamas.
I remember I was always the talk of our class when we came to show and tell.
We'd go to schools all over the place. I could take them into nursing homes, and I love being able to do that.
We've had kangaroos. We've had a Sicilian donkey. I had to put my foot down and say no to the camel because I don't think we needed a camel in Minnesota.
He just does everything in a big way, and Lori tends to wind him down a little bit and get him back to earth.
She helped us out.
There's nothing that I couldn't share with him.
We can have conversations about anything, and I use her as a huge sounding board.
We have that mutual respect for each other as husband and wife, as business owners, as people who are donating hours to the community.
Thank you. What else do we need, Grandpa?
When our local grocery store was about to go under, he very quickly got together a group of community leaders and decided that he was going to keep that grocery store alive.
Have a great day.
Appreciate it.
He's so connected to family and community, and that's something that his parents instilled in him, and that carries through with everything that he does.
I'm so grateful that I had a great set of parents that instilled those morals and values. I'm the youngest of 8 children.
He was actually pretty shy, unless it came to sports, of course.
My entire life with my family and playing in sports, we had to count on each other to be able to do things. It was everybody working together, and we've always been there for each other. I think this is the last one we had in that picture.
We ended up sitting on their lap. That was the one that started it all, you know? A family that really enjoys being together and loves to have fun.
I look back and my dad was laughing and smiling all the time. He was so positive on everything. He worked very, very hard. He started this propane company up in 1952. Our whole family has been entrepreneurial. He's always told us that when you have a skill, you don't keep it. You share it with other people.
When Brian and Kevin first started the business, they started selling Apple computers to local business people.
We started right out of college in 1979. We struggled for a number of years, but we found out that we can't be everything to everybody. And so we thought outside the box. We said, let's go back to our roots again. We developed software for the propane industry.
Great to have a great day, isn't it?
I still get up every single day and say, hot dog, I get to go to work today. When you really enjoy things, it just makes life so much easier. And if I don't enjoy it, we think, okay, how are we going to change this? And how can we make it better so it is enjoyable?
I think Brian's biggest attribute is his ability to think outside the box.
I just love figuring things out. And that's why I think I like programming so much, because you can figure the flow and what if this happens, you got to go here or you got to go there.
He kind of imagines like, well, what if we did it this way? And you're thinking like it's going to be the worst idea ever, and it ends up working.
He knows that the team is stronger than the individual. And when he motivates that team can do and achieve amazing things.
He treats his employees like their family. He treats Lions as family.
We're part of a 4th-generation Lions family. Lori's grandfather and father were Lions. My father was a Lion, my mom was a Lion, and 3 of our 4 children are Lions.
It seems like every gathering place of the community is touched in one way or another by our Lions Club.
We come up with solutions together. We make our community better.
Brian is just an engager. He doesn't tell people to go get the shovels and the rakes. He goes to get them himself.
If he says he's going to do something, he's going to get it done, and he brings the team together to do it.
Doing the demolition derby involves our entire club. It's a lot of hands on deck.
Brian said he was going to drive the demo derby because that's Brian. He does these things.
Take a risk. Try something you're uncomfortable with and give it a shot.
Brian Sheehan is a motivator.
Brian's a visionary.
He always has a story or a video that gets his point across.
He just engages people. He brings people in, and he does it in a way that it's very fun and it's relatable, but he gets the business done too.
He just lights up a room, and I think that's what he's going to do to Lions International.
He wants you to succeed. He wants you to be the best Lion you can be.
I want everybody to be accountable and hold themselves as to how can I be accountable to have a better club.
He listens to everyone, no matter who that person is, no matter where they are from.
He's going to get everybody working together. I think we're in for a really fun ride.
We've got to have some fun in our clubs. But yet I know we're going to get a lot accomplished and we're going to do things for our community. We're all in this together.
We're still working on the getting a race up here, so please bear with us as we take another quick break here.
You know what would make that better? A cup of white cane coffee.
Wow, that really is great coffee.
White cane coffee, because every cup makes a difference.
The only thing worse than being stuck at home is being stuck at home without coffee.
Providing a great cup of coffee.
The only thing worse than being stuck at home is being stuck at home without coffee. We can't let that happen. Browse our selection and order online. From sweet to tangy, hot or iced, we have something for you. White King Coffee, because every cup makes a difference. Cheers!
Hey Ian, do you know if it's the Oval 2018 that we're running?
Sight is one of the huge things that impacts a child's learning. And if you can step in at a young age, you can change that child's life forever.
My husband, Gene, and I go in and screen 4 and 5 days a week. If we find one child that we can help, we feel like we've done a successful screening.
Put your head up just a little. There you go. We screened a little boy. He could not see the milk on his tray. We got him glasses, and his mama said I cried. But I did not know that that child could not see.
I could see with my glasses on.
My son was 3.5 when the Lions Club screened his eyes. We discovered that my son had amblyopia.
It's typically caused by the two eyes getting abnormal and unequal input into the brain. The parents can't tell that because the child functions normally with the dominant eye.
A circle.
Very good.
We started with the process of his treatment in the form of him wearing a patch so that the weak eye would be forced to work.
The devices we use today are easy to use. You can do very simple training.
And you get those green circles.
To get lions out in the field doing the screenings.
Gavin, can you look right at the front of that camera? Screening the children is fairly simple. Within 30 seconds of taking an image, we can determine if the child is referred for further testing or has passed the screen.
What really made this possible is the development of technologies that allowed the detection of risk factors for problems that cause vision loss in children.
The camera checks for 13, 14 different issues with the eye. And it brings up astigmatism, amblyopia. There's a number of issues that come up.
One of the great things is the follow-up to really make sure that the children are being seen by a professional to get those vision problems corrected.
The biggest way that this has now grown is that the pediatricians recognize that this technology works.
Looks good.
Every referral is a success story in my mind because we found somebody that needs some help.
Lions screened over 500 kids today. How many people can say that? How rewarding that is to know that you served your community in that manner. You don't get paybacks like that very often.
Avery's on the brink of turning 16. He's a very bright young man, and he is a very good athlete, and we attribute all these things that he's able to do now because his vision has been saved through the Lions. We all have a story as to why we joined the Lions Club, and for me, my story is personal. The Lions Club saved my son's vision.
We are still here. Please don't go anywhere. We're just waiting for race control to get our races together here so we can get them going live and bring them straight to you without any interruptions this time. They were not happy with the way the last session started off, so just a little bit refreshing here. And we'll be back ready to roll here shortly. back here. We are live once again. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Don't think that is the correct truck for Jonathan Herbert, but I could be wrong. There's Dave Stinson there in the 28 on pit road. Randy Lapidus is now in here in the number 4, Built Ford Tough Machine. Jonathan Herbert. I'm looking to see here what is going on. I see a bunch of them leaving the track. So hopefully we can get rolling here once again. We got another gentleman that's still trying to get in. Ian Ogden's out there with his 24 machine. Mike Toomey Jr. in the number 12. Now, since this is a new session, I'm sure weather has changed a little bit, so we can go ahead and take a look at our weather once again. About 76 or 78 degrees, 95 or 55% humidity, partly cloudy, 2-mile-per-hour winds. So lower winds now. And we're looking at about, let's see here, 100 degrees for track temp, maybe, give or take a few. I am your announcer tonight. My name is Adam Fleeger, or Fleegster. So hopefully we can get this rolling underway. I appreciate everybody that's coming out to watch the Extreme Truck Series here on the Pole. Brought to you by Fleeger Farm TV. Randy Lapidus is currently your fastest truck out there on track with a 30.84. Dave Stinson is followed him up in second with his fastest being a 30.84. Mike Toomey Jr. then in third place with a 30.88. Or on the scoring timer, it's showing a 30.87. Randy Lapidus just laid down a 30.80. Going to be interesting to see how these drivers handle this, as we got a different race setup format for tonight. We are running heat races, and then we move on to our feature. They're currently looking at the... Why does this look like it's upset? As we're rolling here, we're looking at the number 78 of 78 of Randy Schweitzer. Dave Stinson now takes over that top spot with a 30.70. Randy Lapidus there in second with a 30.80. Ogden with a 31.03 as he's trying to get that truck dialed back in there. Hopefully he learned from the last session mistake and not make it again and not jump the restart zone. Randy Schweitzer, jumps up into the second position with a 30.76. Michael Newton is still on pit road and hasn't laid down he has laid down a time of 30.98. Dave Stinson parking it behind the wall. Interesting. About 17, around 17 and a half minutes, we'll call it, practice left. You have a few? Ray P is out there in that sharp-looking number 4. Not too sure where the Karakoff brothers are. Randy Lapidus takes over that top spot once again with a 30.09 or 30.69, I'm sorry. Not a whole lot of time separates these top three drivers. As he brings it around the pit road, Mike Toomey Jr. out there in fourth position currently with the fourth fastest time. That's a 30.85. Or I'm sorry, 30.84 is what's on the time ticker there. Ready. So we're taking a look down here at pit road. I'm trying to figure out if we're getting more in here or if we're not. I'm hoping that you guys are hearing me okay. Nope, you're not hearing me at all. Well, maybe you are. You might have been hearing me, but might not have been hearing the race. So we got that figured out now. Appreciate everybody that's sticking with us here as we're waiting for this to kick off here. We got about another 13 minutes of practice left. So as we go through the field here, we got Randy Lapidus in that number 4 machine. Ian Ogden out of Chester, Virginia in that number 24. Dave Stinson there in the number 28 Haviland machine. Randy Schweitzer in the 78 Tonka. Jonathan Herbert in the 34. Mike Toomey Jr. in the 12 machine. Then we got Michael Newton in the number 13 out of Springfield. MA, I gotta figure out. I very bad with abbreviations, so alright, so not sure where the other Haviland machine is. That would be the 88 of that was the 88. Who in the world was the 88 now? I slipped my mind. Number, not sure who the 88 is. Ah. Not sure. Can't remember who the 88 was. But we're getting ready to rock and roll here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Number 4 again, our Randy Lapidus. Jonathan Herbert. I don't know if I got his truck to show. Yeah, it looks like I do got his truck to show up correctly. I think. If I can get it zoomed in correctly. Maybe. I don't know. There's Ogden. Stinson's out on track with that Haviland painted machine. Looks like it's a tribute to Davey Allison, if I can make it out correctly. Great looking truck out there. And there was an 88 Haviland machine also, but I'm not sure exactly where he ended up or whose name that was. I still need to get myself some notes together. I'm very bad at making race notes. I need to get better at that for next week. As we're down to about 9 minutes. About 9 minutes 10 for practice here. Need to see something here, so give me a moment here. I need to read something. Okay, so we're gonna have one heat if I got the truck count correct, and then on to our 50 lap feature. Got a couple here looking like they would be interested in watching Jonathan here at that number 34. Hoping he does pretty good tonight. I think he had a few issues the last couple weeks between pedals and just misfortune happening. So hopefully he can get on the right track tonight. Again, if that is not his correct number 34 machine, I am sorry, my trading paints doesn't want to load the correct paint up, I guess. There's number 12 of Mike Toomey Jr., the Google Patagonia, I think might be how you say that. Patagonia. Google Pixel machine. So, got the 33 of Tom Marshall now making his way onto the track. The 33 Top Gun inspired machine. Okay, so as we're getting rolling here, sorry again if you're just joining us. I'm trying to stay on top of things without falling asleep here. This is the 28 of Dave Stinson, Randy Lapidus in the number 4. They're getting the last few laps of practicing here, and then we're going to go into our heat race, I think. I don't think there's qualifying, if I saw that correctly. A little bit different format, like I said, for this evening. We got 3 minutes left in practice. Got about 8 trucks here. Looks like we lost one through the session transition. Not sure exactly what happened. But that was the 88. Again, that's the 88 truck. All right, I'll be right back. To please manage to keep look here as we continue rolling. As we're waiting on the night to begin here. All right, here, as we finished watching practice wind down here, got another minute here. Let's please take a moment and recognize the colors.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, we are back here. Not sure where the race is as we're getting ready to rock and roll here. There we go. We're getting ready to rock and roll. Looks like Toomey Jr. So we're going to take a look at our grid here. Hopefully, so we got 5 trucks here in Heat 1. Mike Toomey Jr. is going to roll up first. Stinson there in second. Ogden third. Randy Lapidus there in fourth. And Randy Schweitzer did not make the grid. He would have rolled off 5th. So as we're getting ready to roll here. Hopefully everybody's wearing and ready to roll here for some great racing this evening. Now, I know from experience that if Randy Lapidus wanted to get up there onto the outside, he could. He's actually supposed to be outside, so I don't know why he's hanging back so far. Makes no sense to me why he is. And away they go here as we get rolling. There you see the flagman's got the green flag. They're in the restart zone, and away they go. All three. Toomey Jr. got a good jump on the inside. Ogden follows the through. Stinson falls back to third position. Drops down behind Ogden. Randy Lapid is back there in fourth. Randy Schweitzer is unfortunately not making this heat race. But everyone should make the feature. It doesn't matter of where they make the feature. Stinson there again in third. Ogden second. Toomey in first. Our little ticker up in the viewing window. Not sure what happened to my ticker. Oh, that's right. It doesn't work for heat racing. I forgot about that. So I'm gonna hide that and go to this. Six laps to go. Ogden looking to make a run on the ball. Stinson right behind him there in third. Will they make a move here in the first lap? 5 to go here in heat 1. Peterson is trying to make this lap around back there, trying to make sure he's got the truck set where he wants to for the P3 win. Stinson and Ogden on the bottom. Stinson now up high. Not sure exactly which truck he wants to try to follow, as Ogden's going to try to dive him again. Looking for the moment that he's got the not quite sure, not sure if he clears him coming off of turn 4 down through the tri-oval. Ogden will have led that lap coming down into turn 1. Side by side for row. Who will it be? Will it be Ogden or will it be Toomey Jr.? Stinson is there in third, not sure exactly where he wants to go. Down into turn 3, 4 laps to go. Going to be 3 laps to go as they cross the stripe this time. Stinson still trying to figure out who he wants to go with for a partner to get them through. That time, Toomey won the drag race out of turn 4, and he took the lead. Down in the turn 1, Ogden has the lead. Down the backstretch, they're still side by side. That is a Ford and a Toyota for that front position. As they're bouncing their way down through turn 3 and 4. Toomey out front, back on the inside. Toomey looking like he's got the run off the top side, but Ogden's fighting back on the bottom. 2 laps to go. Still side by side, up front. Looking to pull ahead here. Drag race down the backstretch. Stinson has fallen back just a ways. Not able to get the draft that he needs to stay up hooked to one of these 2 guys. Got a drag racing side by side coming out of turn 4. Side by side. Last lap to go. Looks like Ogden has finally been able to make the pass out front. Now Stinson's going to see if he can get by the 12 of Mike Toomey for that second position. So Toomey is going to fall back into third. Ogden out front. Coming out of turn 3 and 4. Down to the start-finish line. It's going to be Ogden and Stinson. Then Mike Toomey, and there comes Randy Lapidus down through a little bit after. Now we're getting ready for Heat 2. Heat 2 is going to be Paul Beattle in first, Tim Marshall second, Michael Newton in third, and Jonathan Herbert in fourth. If you enjoy the racing you're seeing, please come out and join this group. It'll give me here in the broadcast booth a little bit more to chat about. And we're getting ready to get Heat 2 underway here. Not sure what happened there, but Paul and Marshall did not make the grid. So that's going to put Michael up into that first position, Herbert in the second position. Only 2 trucks held here on track. Hopefully they give us a show. We will have to wait and see how this plays out as this Heat 2 takes place. Hopefully them other 3 drivers that did not make the grid are going to show up in the main event, as if they don't, that'll only give us 6 trucks in the main event. We'll be missing 2 or 3. Because we missed some, but we had 5 trucks in the first heat, 1 was missing. So that'll give us 6 trucks out of 9 that we made, that we've seen so far. Newton is showing a little bit of signs of connection issues. As we're heading to the lead, I think the 34 is trying to figure out where he's at. As they are down and away, they jump there. Newton there is now in front. Jonathan Herbert second. Marshall and Seattle there in third and fourth did not make the grid, and they are not showing on pit road either, so I'm not exactly sure where those guys are at. As now Jonathan Herbert's going to fight to the outside of Newton, trying to get that in here for the second heat. Gets around Newton pretty easily. Jonathan Herbert out front. Michael Newton there in second. Marshall and Seattle there not showing the, not take the flag here in Heat 2. Should have the ticker up. 6 to go here. As you see, Marshall and Seattle are out. Herbert and Newton, they're 1 and 2 in this heat. Getting a little space between Herbert and Newton. Looks to be about a second, about a little over a second gap between first and second position. Need to figure out exactly how this is going to play out, how this is going to affect them when it comes to the main event this evening. Running these laps like this it looks to be more of a practice time for these 2 drivers, so that'll give them a little bit more practice. Herbert out front, Newton there in second. Track's looking pretty decent so far. Don't seem to be giving the drivers too much of an issue. Don't see anybody getting loose. Trucks look to be pretty well under control so far. Appreciate everybody coming out and enjoying the race that we're watching here this evening. Not too much action here as there is only 2 trucks, but we are going to bring the best of it to you. Michael Newton there in second. He's running that number 13. That is painted up by the Flieger Farm Paint Shop. If you like what you see there or would like to check more of our work out, you can find us on Facebook at Flieger Farm Paint Shop. We've also got the Dubby energy drink on the side of his truck and the wonderful admin box across the hood. Now don't get the name to fool you. It does say admin box, but I'll tell you, anybody can use it. It has wonderful black box commands right at your fingertips for pit in, pit out, fast repairs, your tires, fuel, even your toes. So, I mean, it is a great little box to put behind your wheel. I got mine actually sitting beside my wheel. So it's real easy for me just to take my fingertips, literally, and catch what button I need. Jonathan Herbert still out front with that number 34. Michael Newton there in second with that number 13. Marshall and Beatle are out of this one. It seems like Newton still has some connection issue. Go. So here we are. We are at our grid time. Seeing how this plays out. Looks like we inverted some. Not exactly sure, so we're gonna see how this plays out here. So your starting grid's going to look like this. Ian Ogden out front. Jonathan Herbert there in second. Dave Stinson there in third. Oh, that's right. Ogden did win Heat 1. Stinson came away with second. So, yeah, this is making sense. So, Ogden out front on pole. Jonathan Herbert second. Dave Stinson there in third. Michael Newton fourth. Mike Toomey Jr. there in fifth. And Paul Beatle there to his outside in position 6. Randy Lapidus in 7th, Tim Marshall 8th, and Randy Schweitzer there in 9th. But I'm not showing everybody out on track. I'm only showing about 5 cars out here when there should be 9 drivers. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Lapidus is in the pits, so that'll be a 6th car in the mix once he comes out. Not sure if he'll be a lap down or not. That'll be something to see here as we get rolling. And we're underway. Looks like Randy Lapidus is on his way out, showing that he's a lap down currently, but we will keep an eye on that to see if it scores him back into the Indies or not. We will have to wait and see. Ogden out front, Stinson in second, Toomey third, Jonathan Herbert in fifth or fourth, Newton in fifth, Lapidus there in sixth. And it is going to keep Lapidus a lap down for missing the grid or something. Schweitzer, Marshall, and Beatle are all out currently. A lot of single line racing. I think we can go ahead and switch over to this grid now that we are in our main feature. Ogden just laid down a quick lap. Dave Stinson beat his quick lap with a 30.53. That is the fastest one of the race so far. Stinson has the fastest lap of the race. Ogden has the second fastest with a 35.7, so it'll be curious to see if Stinson does have something for Ogden. Ogden has been very strong every race this season. Had some problems last week. Looks like he's looking to make a comeback this week. As Stinson just laid down a 30.49, so he's gotten faster here. As he's getting up there in that draft of 24 of Ogden. That could be what's helping him get these faster times, is with him having a faster time here. or helping him get the fastest time is being in the draft of that 24. Toomey there in third, Jonathan Herbert fourth. Jonathan's looking to have his best finish yet this season. Newton back there in fifth. Lapidus still trying to make up ground. He's in sixth position, but he is so far out of the draft. It's going to be hard for him. It's out of caution to get caught back up there. Ogden out front, still in command of this race. Second is 28 of Dave Stinson running that Davey Allison painted machine. Beautifully done up. Toomey Jr. there in third. Jonathan Herbert and Michael Newton looking to make a move here, trying to get one of them up into the top three. Drivers should start to work together. We got a nice mix of manufacturers tonight. On track, though, we only have one Chevy, and that is of Jonathan Herbert. The others are, your leader has a Toyota, and Newton has Toyota. Stinson and Toomey both are driving Fords. Stinson still trying to find a way to get up there. Looks like he hit the wall coming out of 4. That might hurt him just a tad, as we're now on lap 8 out of 50. Coming down through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they go. Coming through a trioval. Looks like Jonathan has found that outside wall. That's something we're going to have to keep an eye on then, if drivers are sliding up and into that outside wall. As I do believe the 28 did the same thing a couple laps ago. But I don't see any damage there to the 28. We'll see if there's damage to the outside of the 12. No, so was it Herbert that slid up? It was definitely Herbert that slid up into that outside wall. That's going to open the door up a little bit for Michael to try to get up there and see if he can make a pass for that 4th position. Randy Lapidus still a lap down, still struggling to catch up to the pack. Newton diving down to the bottom. Not quite enough momentum there to carry him up beside the 34 of Jonathan Herbert. Up front, it's one of our dominating drivers for the season, Ian Ogden. Stinson there in second. Toomey there in third. Great looking machines out there so far. We're on lap 11 out of 50. Sorry, we got going late this evening. But we were trying to get the session created correctly, so it took a moment or two to get that back together. Out front, it is the 24 of Ogden. Stinson looks like he might be getting company from that number 12 of Mike Toomey, as Toomey's looking to the inside of Stinson. Still there at that back corner panels, fighting for that position. Down underneath, down in the turn 1. Coming to the backstretch. Drag race down the backstretch, but looks like Stinson's still going to hold that second position. Toomey does not have the momentum quite as of yet to make that pass or to make that stick there on the bottom enough. As we come back through the trioval, it looks like he might try that again. See if he can find that side draft off of the 28 of Stinson. Stinson's trying to block a little bit. Try to break up that draft also. Down the backstretch. Toomey's trying to get back up there to Stinson's bumper. Out front, it's still Ogden. Stinson and Toomey there, battle for second. It looks like Toomey's going to get a nice run down the front stretch, down in corner one. Does he have enough momentum to clear Stinson? He does. He's now taking over second position. Jonathan Herbert back here in fourth. Michael Newton there in fifth. Randy Lapidus, not sure where he's at. Oh, it's showing Lapidus is out. So it looks like Randy Lapidus called it a night in this one. Ogden out front. Toomey there in second. Stinson third. Herbert's going to be fourth. Michael Newton there in fifth. Everybody's all trying to chase down that 24 of Ogden. Mike Toomey second. Stinson is falling back now. He's on the apron. Looks like Stinson's going in for the pits. I'm not sure what the fuel window is here. So he might be trying to think that he could pit early. I think I heard something about the drivers have about 5 sets of tires. So that could play a factor. We'll see if Ogden tries to push it all the way tonight, or if he doesn't necessarily need to take a pit stop here, as I'm not sure what the fuel window is. Toomey now takes over second spot, moving Jonathan Herbert into the third position. Michael Newton in fourth. Dave Stinson still on the pit road. He's on his way out as the leader is coming around. Ogden now onto the front stretch as Stinson on the back stretch. Into turns 1 and 2 goes Ogden. Toomey there in second. Jonathan third. Michael Newton there back here in fourth. Everybody's pretty well stretched out. Kevin Reese is saying pit in our chat, so we'll see when the leader will pit. Looks like they're trying to communicate to John the pit. We'll see if he does or not. As we're coming down into turn 3 and 4. He's going around another time, so I'm not sure what the fuel strategy is of these drivers. Ogden's still out front. Toomey Jr. there in second. Stinson back here in fifth. One of the quicker trucks, so I'm not exactly sure what strategy they are trying to plan out here in this race. As Stinson is the first truck a lap down that is currently running, Lapidus, Schweitzer, Marshall, and Viato are all out. Wish I kind of knew how many laps these drivers could go on a tank of fuel here in Charlotte. A 12 of Toomey still in second. Herbert still in third. Michael Newton still trying to find that fast line around this track. As Stinson still has the quick time of the night with a 30.49. Currently, his last lap was a 30.84. So definitely he's running quicker as he's coming up onto the Mike Newton there. As he just blows by Mike Newton. So that's put Mike Newton and Dave on the same lap, it looks like. Currently. Dave's just got to make it all the way around the truck, so we'll see how far he gets. 26 laps to go. Ogden still out front. Toomey there in second. Third, Jonathan Herbert. Mike Newton there in fourth. So I'm not exactly sure what the reasoning behind Stinson pitting. We'll see if it pays off for them. I think they're thinking about maybe a 30 to 40 lap window for the fuel, but I'm not exactly sure. Ogden way out front. Got about a 12-second gap between him and Jonathan. And Jonathan now is getting passed by Stinson. Stinson is making a march to the front. It looks like Jonathan's going to bring it down into pit road here. Mike, oh, hold on to it, Newton. As Newton brings it to pit road. Ogden's on pit road. So all your leaders are on pit road. Stinson now out there in front, or should be when he comes by this time. So Stinson taking a short pit, trying to go and make that pay off for him. Ogden out. Stinson's coming up behind him. Now Ogden's got about 10 lap newer tires than what Lapide is, or than what Stinson does. We will see how this plays out. As now Stinson is your leader. And at number 28 machine painted up for Davey Allison. Toomey's now third. Jonathan fourth. Mike Newton still comfortably in fifth. $23 laps to go. Ogden with them fresher tires getting up there to the bumper of the 28. Gets underneath them into turn one and is going to go by the 28. So that's going to put Stinson back in the second position. Stinson's about a second slower on his tires right now than what Ogden is. As we sit and figure out how this is going to play out. As Toomey also is a little quicker with the fresh tires. Dave Stinson, his last lap was a 32.16. What will it be this time? A 32.51, so he looks to be off pace a little bit. Not sure if that's tires or him just trying to save fuel. But Ogden out front. In that number 24, Toomey Jr. should be making ground up on the 28 of Stinson. as his lap times are about a 31.10 currently. Herbert into number 4. Or 34, I'm sorry. He's in 4th position in the number 34. Newton trying to chase him down. Back up front, there comes Stinson. Looks like Stinson's coming back to pit road. He's going to go a lap down once again. He just got the lap back, and he's going to sacrifice a lap to change tires once again. And he's going to park it there at the end of pit road. He's calling it done, I think. As that is probably it for Stinson. Ogden out front. That's going to move everybody up a spot. Toomey's now 2nd. Jonathan now 3rd. And Newton rounds out your field in 4th. So now I'm down to 4 trucks in the field. Thank you for the follow there, Kevin. Shadron might have his first 3rd place finish of the season unless Newton decides to find a way to get around him. He's got 16 laps to do so. Thank you, Theodore, for the follow. Toomey Jr. there in 2nd. Again, if anybody's really enjoying what they're watching here and would like to participate, this is the Extreme Truck Series. I think you might be able to contact them on Facebook. As we're looking at the number 12 of Toomer in 2nd position. Herbert there in 3rd. Newton 4th. Newton would like to have the 3rd place finish if possible, but currently Jonathan Herbert's sitting in that 3rd spot. Ogden in command of yet another race this season, as he's commanded a lot of races this season. Mike Toomey Jr. there in 2nd as we are rolling along. 14 laps to go. Ogden out front. Newton rounding out the field in 4th. So this is quite interesting, having only 4 trucks here. Doesn't really give me a whole lot to talk about, as they are so strung out. There is not any battles on the track. This is what makes it tough here. I'll see if I can get a blimp view here so we can kind of see what I'm talking about. Here's Ogden, and way back here is Newton. The gap between 1st and 2nd, if I can find my gap, I'm showing 0. Why am I showing 0 for a gap on Newton? Oh, that's why. There's about a 26-second gap between, 26.5-second gap between Newton and the leader. Almost a 27-second gap now. So Newton could be at risk of going a lap down, since the lap times are running about a 31 to 32 second lap times, and he's about 28 seconds 28 seconds behind now. Which, if he's in trouble with that, Jonathan Herbert is 3 laps ahead of him. Or 3 seconds ahead of him, I'm sorry. So Newton's got to find some extra speed somewhere to stay on that lead lap. Stinson did call it, and he is out. Not exactly sure what the problem may have been with that 28. Looked strong all night. As we saw there, he pulled at the pit road, just parked it, and just kind of took it to the hauler. Ogden's out front. coming down the backstretch. Well, that 24, there we can see it there. Toomey Jr. there in second. Ogden out front. Herbert there in third. Newton in fourth. With so little action, I do appreciate all you guys that are currently watching the stream. Hopefully I'm doing okay bringing this to you with so little action out on track. Again, it's Ogden out front and Newton there in fourth, as Ogden is still gaining ground on Ogden. We'll go and take a look at the gyro cam here inside Ogden's truck as we're on board. With Ian Ogden here. And kind of see the banking these drivers deal with here at Charlotte. Coming through the tri-oval. He can see Newton up there going through the corners. As we're watching here as the laps line down, he's on 6 laps to go. So will Newton hold on to that 4th position on the lead lap, or will Ogden take him a lap down? We will see. As we'll ride on board with Toomey, you can see no one is around. Toomey's in his own world. Jonathan Herbert's also in his own world. Doing his best to keep it off of that outside wall. Looks like he might be fighting a tight race car at the or tight truck at the moment. Like he's tighter in 3 and 4 than he is through turns 1 and 2. It looks like he's okay through turns 1 and 2, but seems like he's tight come 3 and 4. I just wanting to push off the corner. Michael Newton back here in 4th. As he slides up and does exactly what I was saying about the 34. He slides up and catches that outside wall. Puts a little bit of a crinkle there on the right side of the hood. Saw that fender come up. That still could open up the door for Ogden to come up to him. Ogden quickly coming up to that 13 as he catches the draft. Easily going to get around Newton here. Newton will go a lap down here in the last laps. 2 laps to go for Ogden. Toomey there in 2nd. Jonathan Herbert 3rd. I think John will be safely on the lead lap as we finish this one out. Again, not sure exactly what happened to Stinson. I don't know if when we talk to Newton later this evening, after the race is done, as we're in the final lap, Ogden coming down the backstretch for the final time this evening. Toomey will be in 2nd. or not, sorry, not Toomey, Toomer. Toomer in second. Herbert there in third. I don't know why I keep calling him Toomey, but it's Toomer. Mike Toomer. I gotta make sure I keep that right. Herbert will get his first third place finish, I think, of the season. So there is your race winner. That is the 24 of Ogden. Running for that 11-11. Racing for Heroes. It was a great race to watch tonight. Unfortunately, the driver just kind of seemed to slowly die out, as we'll see if Ogden burns it down here at Charlotte. Ogden having a great time out there, burning it down here after the win. We're going to take a look. Yes, unfortunately, Kevin, this is on the PC, and it's not a couple things you need to check out is if you're looking at it, you can definitely check out the iRacing website. As Newton's taking a few donuts himself there at the end. But yes, you can check out the iRacing website, but it is definitely a PC simulator, and along with that, you got to make sure you got a pretty enticing PC as well. I got by with a laptop for a little bit, but a 5-year-old laptop is not the best compatibility for doing everything I'm doing now with the streaming and racing and everything. But I did get by to race a few races with it, so but I'm thankful for the community that I'm with, and I was able to finally get a little bit better machine, and we are now being able to bring to you live pictures and everything from the races that we are broadcasting. So, but let's get on to our interviews. Let's see if I got Newton here. Let's see who I have here. Not sure who all. Good. We got our third place finisher of Herbert. We'll bring him up in. Hey, John, best finish so far. If I'm thinking correctly. You got a copy there, John? Yeah, I got you. I would think you would be.
I was really disappointed in that because we had a fast truck, and I felt like we had a good shot. Of course, Ian and Dave and all of them were really, really fast, but spun right off the start, and there were some issues with they got cleaned up real quick, but I got going again, luckily, and able to get a good finish out of it. A little bit.
Yeah, you did look good out there. Like I said, I know you struggled weeks prior with some pedal and engine issues, but tonight you look better.
Yeah, we're looking like we got it worked out. Had to switch it back again since last week, so it did quit working again. But eventually I'll get a new one or figure out what's going on here. But I just got a little gremlin in the car, As they say, you race it, and then you break it, and then you fix it, and race it again.
That sounds like me. Last night I went and decided to take a Legend NASCAR for a spin, the old 87 car. Found the wall early, and I was going to run it till it blew up.
That's sometimes it just happens to end up that way, but luckily not tonight though. So hopefully,
that is true. You got yourself a third place finish. And you got any sponsors you want to thank?
yeah, obviously the wife. She's one sponsoring the whole setup right now. No team, so we'll keep plugging away and hopefully working on some of that rating and getting somewhere. But just appreciate everybody watching and family supporting, and it's been a good time.
You'll get there. It's a long hill to climb.
Yeah, well, we got knocked back. We were in the B, and we were doing pretty good, and then had a couple tough races there. And iRacing found it better for me to be in C class right now, so we'll get back up there.
Yeah, it is tough, and the safety rating it's a little easier to gain than I rating. That's and so knock on wood, I've come close to losing my license, but uh, not too bad. But great job tonight for your third place finish, best finish all season. Hopefully you can continue it.
Thank you, sir. We look forward to seeing you next week, and appreciate the broadcast and everybody out there watching.
Most definitely, we do the same. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you drivers. So you have your alrighty. So we're gonna bring in our second place finisher now. That will be the number 12 of Mike Toomey. I can just get it to show up here. Not sure what happened here. Give me a moment. My stuff went crazy. How you are here? All right, here we go. Mike Toomey Jr. Mike Toomey, you got a copy.
Yeah, I'm here.
Alrighty. Great run tonight. You got yourself a second place finish.
Yeah, it was fun. Charlotte's a fun track. It's a fast track, very unstable in the corners. Wish I had a chance at the lead. I think I was talking to a few other guys. Like at the beginning, I don't know what happened, but Ian and Dave kind of just got away from everyone. It was tough to catch them after that.
Most definitely. It was great to watch, fun to watch. So
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, the heat race, I thought the heat race was more exciting than the main feature, with me and Ian kind of going side by side for a couple laps there. But yeah, all in all, like I said, this group of guys, when we get a great group together, like a decent number, it's a fun group of guys to race with. And even today, when we had a smaller number, it was still a good time.
oh, it definitely looked like a good time. It makes it harder on me to try to broadcast when everybody's strung out, 4 to 5 seconds between each car. But I mean, as long as the drivers are having fun, that's what counts.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. I mean, not much you can say with everyone is so spread out, especially when there's only one pit cycle.
Exactly. Have to figure out what happened to our league owner tonight, Dave Stinson, as he pulled it off early.
Yeah, and he pitted early. I thought he was going to do a 3-pit strategy. I actually contemplated doing that. I thought it might give me a chance to get back up there and compete, but then I thought he was making his next pit stop and just called it for the night. So yeah, I don't know what happened either.
We'll have to see if we can check in with him at some point in the off week here, just kind of see what happened, because he had a great truck out there, looked good, was running good. Just unfortunately things didn't come together, I think, the way he was hoping.
Yeah, and I think he got into the wall earlier on in that first stint. I know I was catching him pretty quickly before he pitted, so I don't know if he had any kind of issues residual from that wall incident. But yeah, he was running pretty well. Him and Ian were kind of neck and neck at the beginning. It was kind of fun to watch from behind. Like I said, wish I was up there battling with them, but I'll take the second place finish.
Alrighty, well, you got sponsors you would like to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, I'll shout out my race team, JLAS Racing. Just started it out like this year. I'm trying to get a couple more drivers on board, but yeah, it's a fun thing. It's like my fantasy sports team name, so shout them out too. Won the championship this year. So yeah, wanted to shout them out, and it's pretty good.
Alrighty, well, congrats on your second place finish. I'm going to try to catch up with our winner, Ian, here in a moment.
All right, sounds good, man. Have a good one.
You too. I'll get it straightened out here. Ian, you got a copy here.
Yep, I got you, bud.
Alrighty, how's another win on the season?
Yeah, man. We'll take it.
Definitely getting your recognition out there for that 11-11 racing for veterans.
Yeah. It's always good to put them in victory lane. 11-11 Veteran Project. All the work they do with veteran small businesses, veteran nonprofits to get them more exposure, get them some more resources to help their businesses grow and stuff like that. and then Racing for Heroes as well. Where they take veterans and get them on track in real life. So it's always good to get them in victory lane and be able to show them some support and show them a little bit of love, if you will.
Well, you definitely put them in victory lane a few different times this season.
Yeah, I think that's 5 or 6.
Just a few.
Yeah, not to brag or anything.
But the truck always looks good. Not sure where your parts were tonight. Was it a points race tonight, or was this kind of like your all-star event for the series?
It was a all-star race, but it was a full points paying night. So I think the heat races paid points, and I think the feature paid points as well.
So where's the rest of Team 5 at, since you look to be the only one representing Team 5 tonight?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. They may have had prior commitments.
I very well could have. That comes first, obviously.
Yep.
Sometimes racing's going to take a back seat.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
But congrats once again on yet another win of the season.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
We'll see you back on track next week. I got to look at the schedule to see where you guys are next week.
Let's see. I'll tell you here in just a second here, bud. Looks like next week it's Gateway International.
I don't know we'll have to see how that one plays out.
Yeah, that should be a good track.
I don't know if I know that track. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's 1 and 2 are pretty tight, and then 3 and 4 are pretty flat and sweeping. So it should be the driver's track should be another good track for me.
All right. So like I said, congrats on yet another win. We'll see you next week at Gateway.
Sounds good.
Hopefully you'll have another good finish that night.
Yeah, thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
All right. See if we can get our race controller here. All right. Race controller Michael Newton here in the booth. What was your standpoint on the race this evening?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, obviously, wish there was more trucks on the track tonight, but I'll say there was a couple of issues that caused some trucks to fall out pretty early. I know Randy missed the start, so he had to start from pit road. Put him a lap down, I guess, or he wasn't too thrilled about that. I know Dave had to leave early. He had to use the bathroom, so he jumped out a little early. But overall, I mean, wasn't too bad. I mean,
Dave should take a lesson from this and maybe go before the race.
Yeah, I'd say so. But yeah, I mean, it is. I tried the best I could to keep up. I'm battling throttle issues. I only had like 80% throttle, so it was tough to try and keep up. And it looked like I was gonna battle Jonathan for a little bit there, and then all of a sudden he just took off on me. So did the best I could, but I mean, nonetheless, I mean, still had fun. I mean, can't complain.
Yeah, you definitely look like you struggled a little bit when it came to the speed end of it. Still, Team 5 is still a team to beat here in the series.
Yeah, Ian's unstoppable. I mean, what can you say? He comes in every race and just dominates, and it's looking like there ain't nobody that can take him down. I mean, him and Brett had a good battle going back and forth there for a little bit, but I haven't been seeing Brett in the last like 2 races, so I don't know what's going on with that, but who knows? Maybe someone would will randomly join in one of these races and give Ian a run for his money.
We will have to see. And with this league, people that are watching, are they able to find the league on Facebook if they want to join?
Yep. So the league is on Facebook under Extreme Racing Series, I believe. Also, the league in iRacing, you can look it up on iRacing as well. I believe they're taking people throughout the whole season. So, if anybody wants to get in on the action and then join, feel free to join in on the fun.
Yeah, Ogden might have put the points out of reach a little bit, but still get in, get the practice in, and get ready for season 2 would be about what I would say.
Yeah, I think with this race here, I think this puts us just about halfway through the season. So I mean, there's still a whole half a season to go. So there's still time. There's still time to catch up on points.
Alrighty, so as you heard, hopefully we do see more drivers come in. I know myself, I wouldn't mind putting a team together. I wouldn't be able to race in it as I am the broadcaster, but it would still be fun to get a team together.
I don't know if I could race control and race. I think we can get you broadcasting and racing too.
Yeah, I can't broadcast and race, but I could certainly try to get a team together to race.
Add a couple more screens. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, the problem is the cameras. If I would broadcast and race, it would just be from my driver's seat.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it'd be nice to see if we get some more people to join. I mean, there's a great group of guys here.
Well,
It's always fun racing with them. So
if we keep putting the show on and people keep sharing the videos, the more you're going to get recognized and stuff, and the more we're going to, the more the league will get recognized, and the better we will be getting more trucks in here. They see that it's a steady broadcast. You have a steady broadcaster, so we'll get there.
definitely. And let's say next week is Gateway or Worldwide Technology Park. So that should be a fun one.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been at that track, so I don't know what to expect yet.
Yeah, I can't say that I've raced there much either. So like I said, it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. I mean, next week's new week. See if I'm gonna jump in or not. If I can get
I'm
these
not
photos.
even sure I own the track yet, so that'll be the next step.
Yeah, I gotta check on that too.
But you got 4th position tonight, even though I'm showing you as winner. But you got 4th position tonight.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I want to say be excited about 4th, I mean, I think there was only 6 trucks that started. So, but hey, I mean, I wasn't dead last, so I can't complain about that.
Exactly. I mean, if we look at the finished results here, you can see that you're in 4th. Dave Stinson is behind you in 5th. Lapidus takes 6th. Paul Viotto takes 7th. Tom Marshall 8th, and Randy Lapidus there or not Randy Lapidus, Randy Schweitzer in 9th. Getting to the point where we've got too many Randys in here.
Yeah, Randy's, Mike's. I don't know. There's a few of everybody here, I guess.
That is for sure. One nice thing I do like about this series, though, is we do get a nice mix of the manufacturers as well. A couple of the other series I helped produce for, they're pretty much straight Chevys with maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I wanna say when they redid the trucks, most people were driving Chevys. I mean, I know if you remember, if you go back to the older trucks, all you could drive was Chevys. So I think everybody just kind of stuck with the Chevys.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, they're cracked up to be, so.
Hey, I mean, I love my bow ties. I'm a big Chevy guy, but I gotta say these Toyota Tundras are looking real nice. So,
They do, and with a good paint scheme on them, they definitely do look great.
speaking of good paint schemes, Dave Stinson actually complimented my paint tonight and said he really liked the paint job. So I had to give a quick shout out to Flieger Farm Paint Shop for that design.
Well, speaking of paint jobs, I am, with me being a painter, I do have to give credit where credit's due, and he had a great paint job on himself tonight, running that Davy Allison looking paint job.
Oh, absolutely. Big fan of Davey Allison. I remember as a kid, I was actually at that race that he passed away at. When he, and I think it was where was that at? I forgot the track exactly. But I remember seeing him go up into the turn during practice and hitting the wall and riding the wall, and that was something watching that car ride the wall on its side. But yeah, I'll never. That's one thing I'll never forget.
Yeah, I was not, unfortunately, I wouldn't remember Davy, as I was born in '92, and I think he passed away in '93. So I don't have much recollection of him, but I grew up with my dad who really enjoyed Davy. We collect Davy Allison stuff, so I have a bunch of Davy stuff on a shelf here.
Yeah, I think I have a few diecast cars or something of Davey too. But yeah, that Halloween scheme definitely memorable. One of the big top paint schemes from back in the day, and that's something it's
Cookie.
iconic.
One of the things that I'm most proud of me stumbling upon is I have I went to a flea market and got a box of HO slot car stuff. Brought it home. I paid $25 for the box.
Man,
I got a total of 10 cars.
I miss those old slot cars.
I'm not
track
finished
stuff.
yet. Inside this box, I found a car that was in pretty pristine condition, and I couldn't believe what I'm looking at. I have a Davy Allison slot car.
I call that a win right there.
So, I mean, people probably would have paid $25 just for the slot car, let alone for the whole box.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can go on eBay and I mean anything Davey Allison is going for good money. I mean, like I said, that's one of the most iconic cars from back in the day. I mean, you see anything with a Havoline car, you automatically think of Davey Allison.
Well, there's a few others that you got to watch for, and if you know what to look for, you could tell a Davy Allison car from any other 28 car out there. You look at the numbers. If the numbers are squared, it's not Davy. If they're rounded, it's most likely Davy.
Yeah, I never knew that. I learn something new every day.
Yep. Yeah, if you look at the 28 car, after Davy died, they switched the number. It still stayed the 28, but they changed the font.
See, I thought I remembered the square font too. So that's
That
good to
came
know.
in play after Allison's, and I think it was a helicopter crash. If I think correctly, if I was told the story correctly, it was a helicopter crash at Daytona.
So yeah, maybe I was thinking of someone else then, but yeah, no, I think you're right there.
Earnhardt also died Daytona, but his was the crash on the last lap. So Daytona's got some definitely some history within NASCAR.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty nasty wrecks there. I mean, was it Daytona where was it a truck? It was a truck race. I was just watching the video not too long ago too, where someone went up into the fence and there was nothing left of the truck but the roll cage afterwards.
I'm not sure. I know both Talladega and Daytona have seen some pretty nasty ones, but the topper of them is Pocono, which we will be there in a few weeks, so we'll touch on more of that then. But as of for tonight, that is all I have for you this evening. This is Flager Farm TV with On the Pole, bringing you the rest of the closing out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We will catch you next week from Gateway. Everyone have a great night. There's my speaker.
It looked like a bomb had gone off.
Everything was gone.
Our town had a lot of devastation.
We lost lives that night.
Mayfield before the storm was a wonderful place to be. Mayfield's strong.
This is 33 Moeller Lane. It's where our new house was before December 10th anyway.
And then the storm hit.
All I heard was lots and lots of wind. And you sat there and you prayed. Then it was just silent. The base of the tornado was anywhere from 1/2 mile wide to 1 mile wide. It set a record here in Kentucky for the longest on-ground tornado. Came up to the south side of the courthouse and all the windows pretty much were broken out. Glass was everywhere.
We're going to have people that are displaced right now from our community that's probably never going to come back to our community. We had a very, very unique downtown area, and there's just no way to rebuild it back the way it was.
The needs here in Mayfield, Graves County, and the whole path of this horrific tornado are going to be long-term, and the needs change daily.
It's been real eye-opener to me to know what a true line is by the support we have gotten from lines all over the country.
I never dreamed that it would be this much support.
I've been a Lion a long time. Our motto is "We serve," but until the Lions have to serve your community, you don't know what those words really mean.
There's been so many people, I mean, money, food, their time, you know, just, it's really wonderful.
I think it's important that all Lions support Lions Club International Foundation. No one Lion can be prepared for all of the catastrophes that happen worldwide. We have approximately 1.4 million Lions worldwide. If we all just help a little bit, there is a tremendous amount of good that we can help when your community is on the receiving end. So please donate all you can.
And we are more than a memory. We're strong. Mayfield's strong.